Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Pandi's Hair Candy and more, and welcome to the Fall Empowerment Conference. We are here fresh from Coach Mary Ma, and I hope that you all were blessed to hear her speaking on breaking the chains on stigma. You guys, she just did an amazing job. So I hope that you guys are enjoying the conference thus far. And welcome everybody to our Fall Empowerment Conference. I'm so happy to be a part of this conference. Shout out to Marlene of Marlene Motivates. And thank you all so much for being here on today. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Now, we do know this is a beautiful October weekend, and I hope that everybody feels welcome here. And I hope that you find that by the end of this segment, my segment, that you've enjoyed the commentary and that you'll consider supporting the channel. Now, everyone knows that based on our thumbnails and all of the promotion, that this empowerment conference, our theme is breaking chains. Breaking chains. And with that being said, guys, after much thought and prayer, today my topic that I'll be speaking on is empowered to inspire. Empowered to inspire. So I hope that the audio is good. I hope that everyone can hear me well. I hope that if you guys enjoy this commentary and my segment, I hope that you will blow dry on that like button for me by giving a thumbs up. And if you really find it informative, that you'll go ahead and support with a subscription. Now, without further ado, I want to jump right into the commentary because as Coach Mary Ma said, we have a limited time frame. We got 6 amazing speakers today, and we want everyone to get their shine. We want everyone to be able to pour. We want everybody to be able to share their story on what it is to break those chains, okay? So on today, I am talking about being empowered to inspire, okay? And I want to say that I chose this topic because in particularly for me, when I thought about what that meant for me personally and how that affected me in my walk, I said, I want to focus on financial freedom. You know, that I believe is going to be ultimately the true key to fully unlocking my potential, you know, my full potential, because money does affect, you know, how you live, how far you can go, what you can do. It can limit you, it can restrict you. And I feel like growing up a young Black girl in Seattle, I come from humble beginnings. You know, my family wasn't rich. In fact, the struggle was very real, okay? The struggle was very real. I was not by any means rich, right? And with regards to finances, things were a little tight. You know, we weren't pitiful, but things were a little tight, okay? Now, on top of that, you add that there was no real emphasis being placed on financial literacy or, you know, we need to teach the children because you just simply, you can't teach what wasn't taught and you can't demonstrate what wasn't being demonstrated. It's what some refer to as generational curses, right? So there was no real emphasis there like that, what you see today. So you add that, you place that on top of the fact that, you know, you come from humble background, humble beginnings, and it can be a recipe for financial disaster if you're not careful, okay? And this is why I tell people, you know, you can't exhibit what you simply weren't taught. Now, you fast forward, that's the hand you're dealt. And don't get it twisted, y'all. I love my family. I thank God for my family. I thank God for my beginnings and everything I went through because it shaped and molded me to become the person who I am today. And this is why I share, because, you know, you can't pass the test and not come out without a testimony. You know, it's simply a minor setback for a major comeback, if you will. Now, as I was stating, you fast forward, you complete high school, you grow up, you go off to college. And I thought, you know, I'm grown. Let me take an attempt to get out here on my own, move out of my mama's house, get my first apartment. And this is where I learned very quickly when life hit me like a ton of bricks. I didn't know anything about finances. I didn't know anything about paying bills on time. Credit, what is that? And so you get all these life lessons and you're not equipped. You're not equipped. And this is why I feel so led to empower people, to inspire for more. Break those chains. Break the chains of financial despair. Break the chains of shame. Like Coach Mary Moss said, break the chains of stigma. Financially, economically, there's absolutely no reason. And guess what? It's not too late to start. Now, with all that being said, thankfully, I was blessed with wonderful mentors, guys, who stepped in and pretty much took me under their wing. They began to teach me about the importance of credit, insurance, business, home ownership, and all of the necessary things that I would need to know to improve my financial situation as a young adult, right? However, some of the mistakes that I had made and some of the poor decisions that I made with regards to my personal financial situation, I simply didn't know how to get out of. I didn't know how to get myself out of them. Okay? And the whole moral and point of me sharing this backstory with you all is to let you know life happens. It happens to all of us. And I was no exception. Okay, I'm talking Pandi here. We keeping it real on today. We are empowering to inspire one another on today. We are breaking the chains, okay? So now, as I was indicating earlier, those were extremely, extremely difficult times back then, but I overcame them. I overcame them. Hallelujah. I overcame them, and you can too. We all can. We have to simply get real with ourselves, take a serious look at what's going on inside. If you know you are robbing Peter to pay Paul, you know you didn't pay this bill last month, but you paid that bill, or you didn't pay that bill because you wanted to go travel, things that we're doing that may not be appropriate or mismanaging our funds. We need to get real with ourselves and take a serious look inside. Are we placing those chains on ourselves? Are we keeping ourselves hindered? We're talking about breaking chains on today, right? So I'm hoping that you all are enjoying this commentary so far. And I would appreciate if y'all would blow dry on that like button and share this video out so that somebody else can be blessed by it. Now let's move on. And I promise I'm going to get to the comments in just a moment. And thank you all so much for your support on today and for being here. I really appreciate that. There's many other places that you can be, and I want to keep mindful of the time so that I'm not going over my time, okay? So now, as I was saying earlier, those were difficult times. And when I did overcome that situation, and believe me, that went on for a period of time as a young lady, right? When I overcame that situation, I made a commitment. I made a commitment to myself. I made a commitment to God that I would go back. I would go back to my family, to my friends, to my relatives, to my children, to whoever would be open to receiving it. Because as I mentioned earlier, generational curses, in particularly in the Black and African American community, not all, but a large majority of us, we simply grew up without being taught about the importance of financial literacy. Understanding why it's important to maintain good credit, understanding why you should have an emergency savings set aside for up to 6 months in case of a natural disaster. That wasn't taught. It wasn't taught in our homes. So I made a commitment that, God, if you would bless me and help me get out of this despair, I promise you, I will open my mouth. I will roll it out on my tongue, and I will speak life into people's situations who too were, where I once was, who thought it was without of their reach, that they couldn't get out of this despair. Bills would keep them burdened down, down in a pit of darkness that you feel like is overtaking you and you just simply can't get out because you got too many creditors blowing up your phone. They calling your job. They knocking on your door. People really go into major depression over this very thing that I'm speaking of, guys. And I know it because I've been there and I've overcame. So this is why I made it my business to commit back to God and to myself and to my family that if I know of a way that you too can make small steps to change your financial outlook, I would share it with you. I would try to encourage you. I would try to help cultivate that and push it right along because unfortunately, like I said, we simply weren't taught. And we're talking about breaking chains on today. Breaking chains. I am empowered to inspire you on today to embrace your freedom. And my focus is financial freedom. We don't have to be broke. We don't have to be desperate. We don't have to be, walking around lowly and trying to figure out where we're going to get our next meal from. That is ludicrous, and it's just not acceptable. So with that being said, let's get a little bit more into financial freedom and what that means, because anybody can break these chains, okay? Break the chains of poor credit, break the chains of debt, lack, financial literacy, and simply the fear of taking risk, okay? A lot of times that's what it is. We're scared to take the risk associated with getting to the next level. And keep in mind, guys, financial freedom doesn't necessarily mean being rich. No one's talking about being rich, baby. I ain't rich. I'm nowhere near rich, but I'm comfortable. And I came a mighty long way from where I once was. And I know a lot of people would love to be able to say that. And I want people to be able to say that. This is for all who are willing to open up and receive and walk in their true purpose and break those chains. Now, like I was saying, you don't have to be rich. It doesn't necessarily mean that at all. What it simply means is to be able to comfortably have control over one's own finances. Having control over your own finances and the ability to sustain a comfortable lifestyle. You may be tight, but you're comfortable. You're not worried about, oh, well, this going to get shut off and that's going to get turned off. And do I turn this off or do I buy food? That's not comfortable and that's not sustaining. So this is the thing that we want to talk about. And I want to share a little bit about what the Bible tells us about breaking chains. Now, I believe in the Bible, y'all. So I'm going to share a little bit on today. Now, I'm going to be coming from Psalms, from the NIV version. Chapter 107, verses 13 through 15. Listen at this, y'all. It reads as such. Then they cried to the Lord in their trouble, and he saved them from their duties. He brought them out of darkness, the utter darkness, and broke away their chains. Hallelujah. He broke away their chains. Let them give thanks to the Lord for his unfailing love and his wonderful deeds for mankind. Y'all, that resonated with me. It resonated with me, and it resonated with the theme of this empowerment conference. Now, of course, there are actually several more verses that come to mind in the Bible when it comes to your finances, trust, and believe. There are several more verses, and God will always provide a way and make a way out of no way for you. We simply need to ask the Lord to change our attitudes and our hearts. And also, we need to learn to be more content over the little things that he has already blessed us with. If you are blessed with something small and you are not gracious, God is not going to bless you with nothing bigger. You're not even content with the little things. Sometimes it's a test in order to get to the testimony. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. We have to be content. We have to make sure that we're operating with a gracious heart, with a attitude of gratitude. And in addition to that, we all know that faith without works is dead and dead alone, right? And we must simply do the work. We must do the work, y'all. We must do the work. Again, we're talking about being empowered to inspire, breaking the chains. Hallelujah. Breaking the chains, guys. Embracing our freedom, breaking the chains of financial and economic disparity. Again, that is the topic of the hour. It's never too late or too early to take actionable steps towards achieving financial independence, y'all. And at this time, I'm going to share 4 simple tips that we can all take to break the chains and move closer towards our financial freedom, because everybody's at a different walk. Okay? Everybody's at a different walk. So let me get them up there for y'all. And again, I'm going to come down to the chat, y'all. I just didn't want to get distracted. Those of you who know, y'all know I'll get to read y'all's comments and get all off track, and we don't want to do that today. We're trying to operate in a spirit of excellence, and I thank you all so much and appreciate you guys so much for being here. And I'm so happy to see you. So again, we're going to talk about 4 tips that we can take to break the chains of financial disparity, financial lack, if you will. All right. So let me get into my notes now. Tip number 1. Tip number 1. Have yourself more than one stream of income. Some of the OGs like to call them side hustles. Whatever you like to call it, have you one of them. It's imperative, especially in this economy that we're in, guys. Even 2 parent households, if you got the mother and father working and they making pretty good money, y'all still both need to have an additional stream of income, because this economy is crazy. Everything is overpriced. Everything is super expensive. Doesn't mean it's out of reach. Doesn't mean you have to go into lack, but you definitely want to stay on top of your A game, whatever that means. If your additional stream of income is a side hustle, entrepreneurship, a business, a home-based business, even if you're one to invest in the stock market, real estate, crypto, whatever it is, have you an additional stream of income. Okay, that's tip number 1. Now, tip number 2 for you all, invest early. Invest early, but know that it's not too late to start if you're not investing already. Invest early. Every dollar that you earn has a job. And if you're not engaged with your finances, your money is most likely working for others and not for you. So definitely invest. Invest. And if you're not knowledgeable in investments and stocks and bonds, cryptocurrency and things of that nature, get counsel. Speak with a financial planner or a financial advisor. A lot of times our place of employment offers that as a courtesy. There's no charge. So invest early and know that it's not too late to do so. That is tip number 2. Tip number 3. Plan for success. Plan for success. That means plan now. Have a plan. Get your documentation in order. Start taking a look at who your beneficiaries are. Do you have your affairs in order? Do you have a will? Is everything up to date? Does someone in your family or close to you know what to do with your final banking account, your savings, your investment, your life insurance upon your death, your financial accounts? Are they going to be able to settle your business for you and on your behalf? Plan for success, guys. That's all that means. Plan ahead and plan for success. And tip number 4, start having the necessary conversations now. As I started this conversation, those weren't conversations that were had. And I'm a 70s baby, right? So I just think it was the nature of the times. I'm sure that if my family, as well as other families, were knowledgeable, of course they would have shared. Who doesn't want to share with their children, and impart the absolute best into them? But you simply cannot teach what is not taught. Thus, we have generational curses. But for now, and it's never too late, start having those conversations, those very pertinent and necessary conversations now with your children, with your grandchildren, with your nieces and your nephews, with children in the community, with children at church or wherever. Start them off. Train the child up in the way that they should go. And that is not just in regards to biblical teaching, but also spiritual lessons, life lessons, and things that they can, take and carry on with them throughout their life journey so that they don't find themselves in those bonds, in those chains where they are, having to break them and start over and just go through so much unnecessary, chaotic, uncharted waters. If we start now and we have those necessary conversations now, we can break those chains, we can empower to inspire, and we can start to embrace our freedom. I hope, and pray that you guys have enjoyed this conversation. I hope that it added value to your day. I hope that you guys are enjoying the conference so far. And with that being said, I am going to get ready to drop my link so that our amazing host, Marlene of Marlene Motivates, can come on up and join me here on the panel and add her closing remarks before we head over to our next speaker. So let me get that link, and then I will definitely acknowledge each and everyone in the comment section. Give me a moment, y'all. Trying to stay on time. I will admit I'm bad about that, y'all. So I don't want to be the cause for us running late today. Not today. All right. So let's get that link in there for Marlene. I'm hoping I'm doing this right. I think I'm doing it right. And let's see. Oh, yay. Hi, we got Coach Sherry in the building. Atomic Tabasco. Jennifer, I saw Jennifer in here. Rooted in essential oils. I'm just taking a look at some of the comments while I'm waiting for Marlene to join me here on the panel. Did I just see Miss Patty? Oh, there's Marlene. Okay. Give me one moment, y'all. I'm going to bring Marlene up. One moment. Let me take this stuff off the screen. Get all these banners down. What a awesome time. Okay. Hey, Marlene.
Hey,
How are you?
awesome. Thank you so much for, having me to come up on your platform. And you did an amazing job so far. I have to thank you so much for participating. And I just wanted to say, what you said, talking about financial literacy, this is a very important conversation to have. And it hit home with me. It really resonated because my parents were immigrants. Their my parents did better than their parents. My I guess you could say my parents, my grandparents were at the poverty level. They had nothing, and then
Right.
my parents came to this country and made it better for us that we could get education, because my parents only had an eighth grade education, but they
Right.
still got multiple homes, so that now us, their children could have a different future. And they taught us a lot of things financially, but now it's my job now to spread
Yes.
some aware and do better than what my parents did. So I do think it's important that it has to start with somebody. Sometimes you don't get set up from your
Right.
parents, but other times you have to be the one to get the ball rolling. So that's how we can empower to inspire other future
Yes.
generations that the change has to start with me.
Yes. Wonderful. Oh my God, I agree. And that excites me because that's truly how it works. And oftentimes because of shame or whatever, stigma, you don't want to be the one to let people know what background you come from. I could care less. I don't live there anymore. I overcame it. And I've overcame it so to the point where I can have those necessary conversations with others and let them know that they too can overcome it. Because like you said, everybody doesn't have it. It's not taught, it's not shared. Awesome.
Right. So I just wanted to come up and to say, everybody make the change, whatever works for you and your family. Somebody has to be the strong one, and that's why we have to empower to inspire. We can inspire others, and we can also inspire ourselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, let me see where we are for time. We have our next amazing speaker for this empowerment conference coming up. We're going to be going over to Sylvia's of the Be Amazing Sylvia channel. Her link is pinned in the comments in the blue bar at the top of the chat. And she's up, is it 11:15?
No, I thought it was she was 11:30.
Oh, is it 11:30? Am I just finishing too soon?
Yeah, you have a little time, Pandy. So I'm gonna drop down and let you have the rest of your time. I thank you so much to you and everybody who is here today. And make sure, if you have not subscribed to Pandy's channel, you go ahead and do so. So thank you.
Thank you, Marlene. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this. This has been a blessing each and every time that I participated, and I'm always blessed to hear what all of the speakers have to say. So thank you so much for considering me.
Thank you.
All right, I'll see you in the chats. All right, y'all. So I was really rushing because I was thinking that I was running out of time. So, with that being said, I'm gonna come on down to this chat and see what y'all talking about down in the chat. We want to make sure. I truly hope that you guys enjoyed what I had to offer and what I had to add. Stuff like this is sometimes difficult. It can be overwhelming. But when you pray and you really allow God to use you and you just be your true, organic, authentic self and don't try to be nobody else, it's going to come out just the way it needs to be received. And I am thankful and grateful for each and every last one of you that are here on today supporting. Let's see who we got. Atomic Tabasco. I remember you. I feel like from Coach Beverly. I mean, not Coach Beverly, Miss Beverly. I think so. Thank you so much for being here. Anybody have any questions for me? Please put it in the chat. Put a bunch of red exclamation marks in front of it so they can stand out to me, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Um, Thank you, Team Build with Geo. Thank you so much for all of your support, all of your mentorship, all of your encouragement. I appreciate you being here. Sylvia, my amazing sis, she is up next. Y'all, again, don't forget to scroll up to the top of the chat. Her link is pinned there. She is up next in this empowerment conference, and I know she's going to have something wonderful in store for us. And if you guys did not catch today's first speaker, in this conference, be sure to go back over to Coach Mary Ma. She did a phenomenal opening topic. She talked about stigma and how important it is to break the chains. And kind of like what Marlene touched on about being immigrants to this country, I can't even imagine because I've seen the treatment that immigrants sometimes encounter when coming over here and try to get on their feet and try to get themselves a slice of the American dream. How that stigma and thing can tend to follow you and shape you. You guys, we got to break these chains. And guess what? Nobody's going to break them for us. We have to break the chains. And sometimes you just need a little bit of encouragement, a little boost, a little motivation to be able to do so. But just know it is possible. It is not without your, outside of your reach. Definitely break the chains, embrace your power. And then when you overcome a situation, whatever that situation looks like for you, empower others. Empower others. Inspire to pour into others so that they too can overcome and pursue whatever it is that they're going after. And we all can be out here free, embracing our freedom. No chains holding us down. Break every chain. Break every chain. Yes. Yes, God. Coach Sherry, another speaker coming up in the conference. You guys, this is going to be so lit. I'm so excited. I have been looking forward to this. My birthday is coming up, y'all. I'm excited. I'm excited. Her Phenomenal, welcome. The mother-daughter duo, welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here. Oh my goodness. I was nervous, you guys. You always get a little bit of nervousness when it comes to opening up about your personal story or your personal situation, especially on social media, because this is a place where you do have to operate with a certain level of carefulness. You don't want to put too much of your personal business out there that people would try to throw it back up in your face. You want to be sure that you are surrounding yourself in safe spaces and around people that you trust and people that operate in excellence and with a certain level of integrity, so that you can be able to pour out and share, because that is truly, and I believe Coach Mary touched on this, that's going to be the only way that we can grow. We can't grow if we're walking around with all this anger and hurt and depression and bitterness all bottled up inside of us. How can we expect to level up and grow if we're walking around burdened down with all that negativity? It's simply not possible. It's simply not possible. Thank you, Jennifer. I feel like I'm yelling. So looks like we got 10 more minutes. I just want to scroll up and welcome everyone and thank you all, each and every last one of you. Beverly Black, that's right. Atomic, I know I always see you somewhere. And I was like, where do I know them from? Yes, so thank you, Atomic Tabasco, for coming over and supporting. I know you've been with Miss Beverly for a very long time. So thank you so much for being here. Rooted in essential oils. Oh my goodness. I really have been enjoying your content. And I definitely am interested in some of those products that you have over there. So thank you, sir, for being here today. Love this, Miss Pandi. You are inspiring in your words and wisdom. Thank you so much. Amen and hallelujah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's scroll up and see. Did I miss anyone? We got Be Amazing Sylvia here. Of course, we have Coach Mary. Let's see. Bonnie Rose, so good to see you. Happy Saturday, and thank you so much for being here. All right. Oh, Miss Jessica. Jessica Hicks in the building. Happy Saturday, Jessica. Always a pleasure to see you. I've been seeing them videos over there on IG, girl. You looking good. Miss Patty is in the building. Miss Patty's Kitchen, Garden, and more. Working in the background. Thank you so much for being here, Miss Patty. Happy Saturday to you. And did I miss anyone else? I thought I saw your boy Smooth as I was talking earlier. And if I missed you, thank you for coming through, Smooth. I think all of the comments have gotten away from me, so I can't scroll up any further. At this time, let me go back down to the bottom as we prepare to head on over. And I hope that you all will continue to join us and continue to support the remainder of the Empowerment Conference. We have some amazing speakers coming up. We've got Coach Mary, not Coach Mary, but Coach Sherry, another awesome, amazing, anointed speaker. We have Be Amazing Sylvia. I know she is going to bless us when she comes with her story on breaking chains. And we also have none other than Geo, our beloved Geo. You guys, I can't wait. I just want to sit back with my popcorn and my blanket and just take notes and listen and receive it and just meditate on it and let it just come in and pierce my heart so that I'm able to pour it back out as I move about in my walk. Y'all, these empowerment conferences are such a blessing. So I hope that you guys are enjoying. I hope that if you have the ability to share these streams, you are definitely sharing them out. Share them on your community tabs. Share them on your other social media. You can share them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Share them wherever you know someone is in need of empowerment. Someone you know that might be in a situation where they have some type of bondage or chains going on, and then not physically, but mentally, financially, with their work situation, with a boss, or even with a spouse or a child. As parents, your children have ways of testing you. And sometimes, especially in this society, that is a form of bondage. They will put them chains on you, and you feel like your back is against the wall. There's nothing you can do. You're in chains. But I'm here to tell you and remind you to break those chains. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to sit there in that dark, sunken space. Be ye encouraged. Let me go back to that scripture text, y'all. Before we leave, what I do with my notes, y'all, I was just throwing my papers all over the place as I was going. I know it was Psalms 103, verses 13 through 15. And it talked about how we could break the chains and embrace our financial freedom. And the reason, again, why I'm ending on that note is because that was the genesis for my segment. Each speaker is going to come from their own perspective on breaking chains. And I hope that you guys will stick around for the full conference so that you can be blessed. These are always a blessing. Like Marlene said, she does them each and every quarter. And it's simply a rotating panel to support our sisters in the journey. I love when Coach Mary says that. And you get to learn more about the content creators, and you get to learn more about what it is that they do, what they stand for, and just you get to see them in a different light. I feel like a lot of people don't know that, I'm an advocate for financial literacy. People see Pandi's Hair, Candy, and More, and they think, oh, she just does wig reviews. She talks about skin products and blah, 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 blah. No, outside of that, I am a huge advocate for financial freedom and financial literacy because of my own upbringing, because of my own personal walk, because I know what it is to be in despair. I know what it is to walk in that dark space and feel like, you know what, there's no getting out of the hole. How am I going to make my situation better? Because it just wasn't taught. I didn't learn it early on. I learned it as an adult, a young adult. And I feel that it's very important to break those generational curses and start having those necessary conversations right now. And I fully understand and know that it is not too late to do so. So I thank you guys and I appreciate you all so very much. If you guys have enjoyed this conversation on today, please let me know in the comments. At the end of the conference, come back around to each of the speakers and leave a comment under the video. That just lets us know, and it also lets the YouTube algorithm know that we are providing engaging content. We are engaging with people, that we're sharing information and news that they can definitely use. I, for one, am currently operating on a non-monetized platform. And everybody who knows me, and particularly those of you who have been rocking with me since 2019, when this channel was first started, knows that all monetary gifts and donations, although they're not required, they are definitely appreciated, always get put back into the channel in the form of lighting, editing software, giveaways, cameras, and different things like that. So again, paying for StreamYard, paying for music on my videos, I pour back in because I want to be operating in a spirit of excellence when I put forth content for the people. So again, I thank you guys. I appreciate you all so much for being here. I hope that my commentary helped and ministered to you in some form or fashion in one way or another. Thank you, thank you, thank you again, Marlene of Marlene Motivates, for trusting in me to come before the people and speak on this topic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. And thank you all so much for being here. You guys, at this time, we're going to head on over to Sylvia of Be Amazing. Her link for her live stream is pinned at the top in the comment section. So I'm going to hang out here for about another 2 minutes, but I'm hoping that you guys are grabbing that link and heading on over to Be Amazing Sylvia's house, y'all, so that we can keep this party rolling and enjoy the rest of today's empowerment conference. Once again, I am Pandi of Pandi's Hair, Candy, and More. I hope if you found that you have enjoyed today's live stream, you enjoyed this message, you have already blow dried on that like button, you have already shared this live stream out, and last but certainly not least, you have hit that subscribe button. Why wouldn't you, after all? It is free 99. It does not cost you anything to do so. Now, until next time, y'all, stay safe, stay blessed, don't stress, and I will see you all in the next video. In the next video. Peace, y'all.